Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Heather Adams, Executive Director of Arts Missoula. And thank you for coming. Bye. Thanks for being here. And thank you to the Queens and Mr. G for the lively Guns N' Roses, violin and viola. And I hope that you saw Grow Music Missoula. They're one of our fiscal sponsees, but their children were out there playing music in the lobby. So thank you to Grow Music Missoula. So welcome. This is the 25th Annual Arts and Cultures Awards, and we're so glad that you're here with us to celebrate these fine humans and organizations that help us shape our community. It's really a storied event. Looking through old photos, I hope you saw the slideshow. So many faces of Missoula art luminaries, many whom have left us that we still remember and think of fondly when we think about our community and what it's grown to be. Greg Johnson, Rudy Audio, William Kittredge, James Todd. Rest in peace, and thank you for the legacy that you leave us. And then there's others, faces like Michael Marsalek, from 15 years ago, 20 years ago maybe, on this event, and Terry Elander, Jonathan Coleman, Karen Kaufman, folks that have been coming to this event for so long. So thank you for continuing to be here, bringing friends with you, and keeping this alive, and continuing to celebrate with us. I have a little teleprompter here. We'll see if it works. First, an important reminder about the land that we celebrate on. The Missoula and Bitterroot Valleys are the original homelands of the Salish and Pend Oreille Kalispel people who have inhabited this land since time immemorial. We honor the original stewards of this land and their descendants, many of whom live, work, teach, create, learn in this community. And I encourage you to attend the Indigenous Made Montana Group's first summer market, which is June 8th at Caras Park. No better way to show your support and show your care and love by going to the market, purchasing items that those creators and keepers of the culture have made, because it supports their families and it supports artists. So June 8th, Caras Park, check it out. I'd love to thank Annie and the DoubleTree. Wonderful food, great space. You're always so good to us. Thank you so much, DoubleTree. And thank you to Melissa Blunt and the awards committee that helped me put this together so I can just shove up and wear crazy pants and enjoy the event. So thank you. And thank you to Max Hill. Some of you have probably, nice timing, right up front. Nice, good. You probably have seen him at so many events, but he works at the Missoula Public Library as well as being a really gifted photographer, so thank you. And thanks to MCAT for the Media Assistance Grant, who will record this event, so anything you do will be recorded forever, so just so you know. Very special thank you to the Arts Missoula Board. Pretty sure you're the best board ever. Your tireless dedication and organization is so appreciated. And I wanted to make a special thank you to Melissa Blunt and John Colsby, who are in their final days of their second 3-year term. We'll miss you, but don't worry, we'll still show up at your house for parties. So, and thank you to Nathan Pokish. He's over there on the side. I've always said that I meet the best people in theater and dance, and he showed up for SpongeBob, the musical auditions. And I'm so glad you did. You're such a wonderful collaborator and wonderful human. So, yeah, thanks. So we'd love to share with you a little bit about what Arts Missoula does. So please enjoy this video that the wonderful Nathan has put together for you.
Arts Missoula is your local arts and cultures agency since 1991, connecting arts and cultures through education, advocacy, and community. Arts advocacy entails raising our voices alongside those who possess the power and sway to elevate awareness of the arts. We champion the cause at local, state, and national levels, dedicated to securing support for the arts from governmental bodies, school boards, and our community at large. Over the years, Arts Missoula has fostered a robust partnership with Americans for the Arts, successfully conducting all 6 arts and economic prosperity surveys. These initiatives supplied invaluable data for community leaders and policymakers about the profound economic contributions of the arts within our community. Arts and Cultures Education. Arts Missoula's monthly podcast series called Missoula Mosaic explores the diverse world of local artists and culture makers across various mediums that define the essence of Missoula. Arts Missoula film series at the Roxy is a look at the intersection of arts and cultures in our society and how that transformative power shapes our everyday. A curated selection of documentary and fiction films to educate and enlighten. We have launched our new after-school cultural education program called Cultural Discovery with 2 pilot schools, Lowell and Russell Elementary. Each individual brings unique backgrounds, traditions, and cultures that add rich diversity and depth. This after-school program strives to understand, appreciate, and celebrate personal histories and distinct cultural practices. And new this summer, a partnership with the Missoula Food Bank will offer an arts and cultural education series called Cultural Feast, while the Food Bank provides free meals to children. The program will include dance and clay animal shaping, while they explore other cultures in their community while expanding their empathy and awareness skills. Arts and cultural events. For over 30 years, Arts Missoula has produced a New Year's Eve celebration that showcases artists, venues, technicians, creatives, and businesses. Last year, we supported 285 artists and brought over 2,000 attendees downtown for this 12-hour event. And we know from the Economic Prosperity Survey that this put an estimated $47,410 back into the Missoula community. German Fest is a celebration of our 30-year relationship with Neckargemünd, Germany. Every year at Karas Park, we celebrate our connection between cities with music, fun, and educational displays. We celebrate our Palmerston North New Zealand sister city with delegation visits and cultural dialogue. For over 40 years, Missoulians and Kiwis have traveled between places to share rugby, indigenous culture, and information exchange on matters such as water systems, open space, and city governance. The annual Arts Missoula Arts and Cultures Awards has celebrated the accomplishments of businesses, cultural ambassadors, creatives, and educators for over 30 years. We invite the community to nominate those individuals and businesses who help shape the landscape of Missoula's art scene. Community engagement and partnerships. We work to engage the community to become patrons and audience members through our weekly newsletter showcasing events, art calls, newsworthy advocacy efforts, with special attention paid to diversity and equity across events. Presently, we are collaborating with the City of Missoula and CoLab for Civic Imagination on Parks and Rec strategic planning. We aim to leverage art as a catalyst for fostering dialogue to enhance the appeal and accessibility of parks and open spaces for all residents of Missoula. Supporting local artists. Now in its 3rd year, the Artist Grant provides funding for local artists to live and create in Missoula, and we are excited to announce microgrants that feature an easy application for quick funding. We host a First Friday pop-up gallery in partnership with the Wren of Missoula. Every First Friday, we open the doors to Main Street with a new show, special attention given to new and emerging artists, with diversity and inclusion as our guide for curating work. Our incubator program has launched Spark, Montana Book Festival, Montana Area Music Association, and Lake Bottom Sound. We are currently sponsoring All City Jazz, No Joke Theater, Indigenous Art and Talent Network, Grow Music Missoula, and Sculpture Missoula. And finally, Missoula Mosaic is our new innovative app designed to serve as a comprehensive resource for artists and art enthusiasts in the Missoula area. It focuses primarily on First Friday events, though the key features include a searchable artist directory that promotes local talent and a gallery guide that supports our creative economy. These features will be available all year long and serve as a comprehensive guide to the arts in Missoula. Explore the city's extensive public art collection from murals, traffic signal boxes, and sculptures. Explore each piece using a comprehensive map complete with detailed descriptions. Extras include scavenger hunts, specials from local businesses, open art calls, resources, and more. First Fridays at your fingertips. Explore, engage, and enjoy. Arts Missoula, your local arts and cultures agency.
Thank you, Nathan. So it's been busy this year. we've got a lot of things going on, and it's been a really wonderful year full of transformation and growth, and we're really excited to be reevaluating and reshaping how we meet the needs of the community. We're not growing, not done growing, we're not done changing, but we really appreciate the partnerships that we have along the way. A very special thank you to our award sponsors for the evening, Parkside Credit Union, whoop, whoop. Drollinger Family Foundation, Campbell and Associates, Young Mazda of Missoula, and Mickey and John Fredrickson. Thank you so much. It's pretty special to live in a community where we see so many examples of what creating a culture of philanthropy looks like. So thank you for being a part of that. And speaking of partnerships, we all know that no one owns First Fridays. It's a glorious, spontaneous art event that happens every month. But like any good planner knows, events need shaping and they need advocacy. And we know the economic impact that arts events have on small business, and the exposure is critical for artists' success. So we're taking one more step up to advocate for this long-time community happening. In concert with the Missoula Downtown Association, we are revving up First Fridays. So beginning in June, Arts Missoula is increasing our radio advertising. We still sponsor the hashtags that you see on MissoulaEvents.net. And we will have arts ambassadors. So you'll see people walking around downtown with Arts Missoula shirts, and they'll help you sort of guide yourself around downtown and figure out kind of what's happening during that First Friday event. As you heard in the video, we've been hard at work on this app for the last couple of months called the Missoula Mosaic, and it's got the beginnings of a comprehensive art directory, gallery directory, events, scavenger hunts, maps for publicly displayed artworks, and so much more. And special thanks to Mickey Haldy. Are you here, Mickey? Maybe. Hi. There's Mickey Haldy, who's an amazing artist who we just met through that pop-up gallery a year ago, but has been working on this app all the time and adding artwork to it, as well as the back end, the nitty gritty, sort of the guts of making it accessible, making it user-friendly and intuitive. So thank you, Mickey. It's gonna be awesome. And it will be available on Apple and Google stores very soon. So stay tuned, because it's pretty darn cool. We really think it's gonna change the way that Missoulians engage with artists in our city and with the art sector. So I'm really excited about it. Also, I'm hoping that it will help burgeon the gig economy. We need more gigs, just gigs for artists, right? Seriously, really. Like, you have a wall to paint, or like music at your party, or, artists want work. So we're hoping that this app can connect you to those artists who are willing to work and do cool things for you. That's my hope. And we're excited to announce our expansion of our collaboration with the Wren and our First Friday pop-up gallery to include Young Mazda of Missoula. These are two businesses that believe deeply in the arts and supporting the communities that they thrive in. So on June 7th, join us for Art and Motion. Will be our First Friday celebration. You can see Oporu Tower will be doing a live art demonstration, accompanied by a performer, maybe a dancer, maybe a musician. We haven't quite decided that yet. And then MTPR personalities, Brian Ramirez and Sasha Bell, will be spinning a mix of city pop, world disco, and 80s R&B. And giving away swag. So come on down. It should be absolutely amazing. The Wren is going to cater an event. We'll have music. Coral Rain's work is going to be showcased in the gallery, so please stay tuned for more information. But save the date for First Friday. It's a wonderful thing that happens in Missoula. Downtown businesses need your support. Artists need your support. So go and buy stuff. It really is a community-driven event. So thank you to the artists Oporu, Coral, Mickey. Thank you to Paul Byron and Shannon Flanagan at Young Mazda, Todd at the Wren, Linda, Hannah, Kristen at MDA, Sasha and Brian from MTPR, and of course Nathan, who will help us get the word out. So let's get into our program, shall we? This tradition of honoring individuals and businesses for their contributions to the arts dates back to 1999, when this organization was called the Missoula Cultural Council, and it awarded a single Cultural Achievement Award. And as a way to honor those individuals and as a way to honor the individuals whose outstanding work in the arts made significant impacts to our community. So over the years, this program has gotten broadened to include individual artists, educators, businesses, and visionaries who impact our lives and the quality of life we experience here in Missoula. This year, we received so many nominations from the community, and I love that we live in a place where people see good and want to honor that. The awardees are chosen by a vote of the Arts Missoula Board, which is no easy task. So thank you to all of those that made nominations. We appreciate the time that it takes to nominate and support someone that way. So let's get to the first award. Who shall it be? It's the Arts Educator Award. Who honors an outstanding educator who has devoted a career to teaching and making a significant impact through education. Nancy Labby was nominated by Jesse Docknall, Dean Peterson, Ellen McKenzie, and Angela Daly, who said she's quietly been amazing all of this time, and it's time to award this amazing woman.
We are thrilled to honor an exceptional individual whose passion for music education has touched the hearts and minds of so many. Join us in celebrating the recipient of this year's Arts Educator Award, Nancy Labby. Nancy Labby has a degree in music education from the University of Montana. She was a choir director in Corvallis, but has spent most of her career as a steadfast director of the flourishing choir program at Big Sky High School. She has served on the board of directors and artistic committee for the International Choral Festival and was a co-director of the Missoula Youth Choir. She has also been very active in the Montana Choral Directors Association and has served as secretary and currently as treasurer of this organization. Nancy was honored to be named the MCDA's Outstanding Choral Director of the Year in the fall of 2023. Nancy Labby's list of achievements is a testament to her unwavering dedication and outstanding leadership in music education. Her choirs consistently receive top accolades, with numerous students earning coveted spots in prestigious choirs such as the Montana All-State Choir and the All-Northwest Choir. Colleagues and former students alike speak glowingly of Nancy's impact.
I have had friends and students that have said that they would have zero interest in school had it not been for her and her program. So that speaks volumes.
Through your many years in Missoula, you've touched so many lives in a positive way, both in your work at Big Sky High School, but also statewide in your service to the Montana Choral Directors Association. It's always been my pleasure to work with you. I love your work ethic, attitude, and your fun and quirky sense of humor.
I like my sugar with coffee and cream.
Her ability to foster a deep love for music, creating a nurturing and inclusive environment, and go above and beyond for her students is widely recognized and deeply appreciated. Nancy's choirs not only excel in musical performance, but also serve as tight-knit communities where students find camaraderie, support, and lifelong passion for music.
She has been an inspiring leader of music education and compassionate teaching within the state and beyond forever, for hundreds of years. She's only I'm pretty sure. She is unparalleled at encouraging her students from all walks of life, her colleagues and teachers like me, and the entire community, how to achieve their full potential as great musicians, and even maybe more importantly for her, as being good people, good human beings. She does so with warmth daily. She does so with effective and true competent teaching practices. She's so compassionate, and she has an uncontrollable, like she can't really control it, self-deprecating humor.
Nancy's impact extends well beyond the classroom walls. She has orchestrated unforgettable choir tours to destinations like Hawaii, providing students with invaluable cultural experiences and opportunities to showcase their talents on a broader stage. Her tireless advocacy ensures that every student, regardless of their background or circumstances, has equal access to the transformative power of music education. Through her leadership and mentorship, Nancy has inspired countless young musicians to pursue their dreams and embrace the joy of lifelong musical learning. From former student Savvy Holgate, class of 2021, my senior year of high school, I was a part of Miss Labby's Usirian Choir at Big Sky High School. Miss Labby was and still is one of the most compassionate, empathetic, and fun-loving teachers I know. No matter what kind of day I was having, she never failed to put a smile on my face. While I only got to have her for my senior year, Mentir, she was a wonderful end to my high school career, and I only wish I had joined choir sooner.
You're simply the best. Congratulations.
Love you, Nancy.
Please welcome Nancy Labby, our Educator Award.
Thanks, everybody. Really, Jessie? She's been there forever. She's the oldest person. No. Anyway, I just really appreciate all that, and it is hilarious. Ellen, where was your... So, first of all, Ellen McKenzie and Jessie Dognall have nominated me for everything. I'm probably the next mayor, actually. And, but I will take that. Okay. But I do appreciate that. They're great friends, and they are the arts educators also, and they are trying to help lift me up a little bit. I do worry about the state of the arts, about music in Missoula County Public Schools, and I'm worried about that. So they're lifting us all up, and I just appreciate that. So it just chokes me up a little bit. But I do want to thank everybody. This is a really sweet honor, and it is uplifting for sure. And I have a lot of family here, and I just really appreciate them. And I crack up. So my husband right there, Jim comes to every choir concert. I don't know if you know this, but as it turns out, not everybody loves going to a high school choir concert. I know, just like 20 years of them. And here's what he says. I think that was one of your best. That was one of the best shows. That was, every time they get better and better. I mean, how sweet. And he still goes to them. So, yay, Jim. And they do get better, by the way. And also, well, anyway, thanks for everybody for being here, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Congratulations. Our next award is the Cultural Vision Award. And this is awarded to a person or an organization that has developed a special project or program demonstrating unique artistic vision. Thank you to John Callsbeek for nominating Craig Mentir, whose contributions to the Missoula scene, theater scene, and art scene have been nothing short of exceptional. And before we dive into this video, I hope this is right. Craig, you have a show tonight? Yeah. At the ZAC. Nobody Bleeds for the Dancers. Yeah, he directed a show. So if you just can't get enough of Craig Mentir, this is testament to how involved he is in the scene. There is a show tonight at the ZAC, Nobody Bleeds for the Dancers, 7:30. So if you want to go over. Let's watch a little bit about Craig.
Today we recognize and honor an individual whose contributions to the Missoula theater scene and cultural landscape have been nothing short of exceptional. Congratulations to Craig Mentir, the recipient of this year's Cultural Vision Award. Craig Mentir's journey in the world of theater and arts is a testament to his unwavering dedication and artistic prowess. Since 1980, Craig has been an active part of the Missoula theater scene, starting as a founding member of the Clark Fork Actors Alliance. His academic pursuits led him to complete his MFA theater program at the University of Montana in 1983, marking the beginning of a remarkable career in the performing arts. He has had the honor to have worked with the last 3 artistic directors of the Montana Repertory Theater. Other regional theater credits include Seattle Public Theater and Montana Players. As an artist making original performance work, Craig has received commissions from the Seattle Art Museum, Montana Committee for the Humanities, and more.
Craig uses the arts as we've been exhorted to use them for many centuries, to both delight and to instruct. And I want to thank Craig for his complex thinking about issues, for his use of humor in the arts to bring the instruction component together with the delight. And it's a great pleasure to be in this large group of people gathered here today to honor and celebrate those who keep the arts alive in our city and in our state.
I think what will really, really last and why we're honoring you, Craig, is because in Missoula, we all feel like we can just go out and create something. And that's because we've been invited by you to do our art, whether it's poetry, music, or just be a decent audience member to express ourselves in our town.
Despite his impressive theatrical achievements, Craig's contributions extend far beyond traditional stages. With over 20 years of experience as a carpenter, Craig has honed a diverse skill set that complements his artistic endeavors seamlessly. His roles as a performance artist, activist, and musician further highlight his multifaceted talents and his deep-rooted connection to the arts and culture. Craig's impact on the artistic community is exemplified through his creative leadership and cultural vision. Craig is the founder and artistic director of the Wild Walk, the beloved parade that signals the start of the Wildlife Film Festival.
A special day of activities for children, as well as matinees, the Kids Wildlife Art Club, and now in its second year, a grand opening day parade called Wild Walk.
Over the past 30 years, Craig's artistic vision and dedication have intertwined the Wild Walk with the fabric of Missoula's cultural identity, making it an event cherished by locals and visitors alike. The annual parade celebrating the International Wildlife Film Festival serves as a colorful display of unity and reverence for our natural world. This unique gathering offers a platform for both the young and old to come together, donning costumes resembling their beloved wildlife counterparts. Beyond its artistic allure, the parade embodies a blend of activism and education, imparting crucial lessons on wildlife conservation and environmental stewardship. As participants parade down Higgins Avenue, they not only showcase their creativity, but also amplify their voices in support of preserving Earth's diverse ecosystems. This event transcends spectacle. It becomes a rallying cry for collective action, inspiring individuals of all ages to embrace their role as custodians of our planet's precious biodiversity. Through this annual tradition, bridges are built between generations, fostering a deeper understanding and appreciation for the interconnectedness of all life forms.
We are here, animals are here,
Quote, I had long admired the festival and their mission, advocating with well-researched science-based films and workshops for wildlife and their struggles, end quote. The Wild Walk, under Craig's stewardship for 26 years as its artistic director, has not only become synonymous with the Wildlife Film Festival, but also stands as a testament to the transformative power of art in fostering connections and raising awareness about critical environmental issues. Craig's legacy is not just in the events he has orchestrated, but in the hearts and minds of those touched by his artistic vision.
Thank you, Craig Mentier, for the pleasure of your company in many different ways over many decades.
Thank you. Thank you, Craig. And congratulations.
Please welcome Craig Mentier.
Well, who voted Magna in the last election? Could I have a show of hands? Okay, somebody had to do it. Okay, 1992, the year Big Mac Daddy, baby got back. Was also the year of the celebration of the 500 year, the quincentennial. I hate this mic, I'm just gonna talk loud. Can you all hear me out there? Yeah. Okay. The quincentennial of the coming of Christopher Columbus. I had the honor that year to make a solo piece that I called Blue Hegemony. It was featured in a in a conference that was put together by the Montana Committee for the Humanities that Margaret Kingsland, who we just saw, was the director of that year. And the name of the piece was Blue Hegemony. I said that already. And it was really great piece because I got to wear 7 different wigs and play 7 different characters. I was 42 in 1992. Mall of America was created in 1992, the largest mall in America, covering 78 acres. McDonald's opened in China, and Disneyland opened in France. NAFTA was formed by G.W. Bush and served to us by Bill Clinton. And I walked in to the offices, the brand new offices located right over here at Front and Jackson, the building that Chuck Jonkel and his wife Joan bought to move the International Wildlife Film Festival, the oldest film festival in the world. They brought that film festival because they got kicked off, no, I'm sorry. They left the campus where they formed it in 1977. So after 15 years of the student and faculty facilitating the International Wildlife Film Festival, I walked into that office in the spring of 1992, early spring, probably late winter, and I was on the roster of the Montana Arts Council's Artists in Schools and Communities. At that time, it was well-funded and it was curated with a director, so I had money to spend. So I walked in and I said to Chuck Jonkel, Dr. Charles Jonkel, respected bear biologist who started the Wildlife Film Festival 15 years before, and I said to Chuck, you guys need a parade. And he said, we do? I said, yeah. Well, Amy Hetzler, who had just started working there, as soon as they moved off campus, she was the assistant to the ED, which means the person who does everything. She was going, no, we don't need a parade. Chuck said yes. And I can empathize with Amy because she had just moved in that new building. She no longer had student slaves. She had a board for the first time ever. And they had to move all the archives over there. So I totally sympathize with her. But we did start the parade. And so with the help of a lot of friends and my studio mate at the time, Chris Franson, thank you very much, and Richie Doyle, who actually happened to be standing in that room, Richie Doyle, God rest his soul. He was standing in that room when I made the pitch, and Chuck Jonkel said yes, and he kind of levitated off the ground a little bit. And he became just a total parade whisperer. He was so into it. He made masks, he made costumes, he made helped me make the giant whale, which you saw, that was in the very first parade. And later when the county, after we moved out of that shop, we only did it out of that shop 1 year, the county offered a space at the fairgrounds, and we produced a parade out of the fairgrounds, and Richie ran all those workshops. So I'd like to give a big shout out to the fairgrounds as well. The city of Missoula provided police escort free of charge, except you guys were paying for it. And I'd like to thank the city of Missoula as well. Then that first year, there was Ed Meese, who now runs the Buffalo campaign. There was Meg and Dan Baum. Dan Baum, rest his soul. I don't know if any of you have read his books, The Gun Guys and Smoke and Mirrors. He was a New Yorker reporter that lived here. I've been talking kind of fast, my mouth's getting dry, but I've only got 10 more pages. So Missoula County, Ed Meese, Meg Knox. I'd like to thank my children, and of course my soon-to-be future wife, Laura Millen, who, like, when moved here to Missoula, I complained to a girlfriend. I said, "Oh my God!" She came into town and took over town, and the girlfriend said, "And you're surprised?" So through the years, I raised money to re-grant to artists to create large puppets, things of scale for the parade, and to also work as teaching artists. And I want to thank those artists, Jen Rudio, Will Tilton, may he rest in peace, Yupa Stein, Michael Deming, Richie Doyle, where are my damn glasses? Courtney Blazone, Keith Erickson, Alicia Hardice, Leslie Van Staven-Millar, Jack Metcalf. Also a shout out to all the directors of the festival I've worked with over the years, 7, count them. Chuck Jonkel, Amy Hetzler, Janet Stevens, Mike Steinberg, Jerry Rafter, Carrie Knoll, David Mills Lowe, and of course the parade whisperer, Lizzie Archer. So when I was notified that I was given this award, I was flabbergasted. And the naysayer side of me said, oh yeah, you make one parade and then you're known as a parade maker. But what about all my other artwork, the artwork that offered up cultural criticism, that sought moral rectitude, that displayed ethical sincerity and fierce grace, all served up with generous portions of humor, wit, and drama, not to mention insight. Well, what about it? Make your art and shut up. Making art is a gift you give first and foremost to yourself. I make art because I can, and that is not a casual statement. An artist chooses, an artist makes decision, an artist sacrifices, an artist creates opportunities. Art is a verb. Over the years, I've developed a thought, and I keep it in the back of my mind. Art is to communication, and I mean communication in the broadest sense, not just the matrix of language. Art is to communication what love is to life. It is something everything else is not. Now, I know describing something by what it isn't is not good academics, but art can embrace paradox, make art out of paradox even. Art can dissolve indifference, charm people, and offend people. Art outlives politics, and as one of my art professors said, if an artist is not getting arrested, they're not doing it right. It's about passion and craft and beauty. In my cultural vision, artists will help direct society toward a harmonious relationship with Earth. Artists will inspire us to move away from a world where the most vulnerable die. I'm quoting Audra Simpson here. We are living in a time when the most vulnerable die, an experience that affects our vital relationship with life itself. There is a struggle against the capitalization, the commodification of life, even as it is happening. Close. And in order to get to that work that must be done to help preserve our planet, preserve our democracy, an artist has to wrestle with beauty. Wait, what? Wrestle with beauty? That sounds like something that Trump's going to be tried for. All right, my one joke, it worked. We all know beauty charms, beauty sells, beauty is as beauty does, and beauty is easily bought and sold to the highest bidder. So the resolution, I have no more share my tongue. The resolution that the artist comes to with beauty, how the artist decides to use beauty or be used by beauty, is all part of the equation as the artist works to achieve the gift of art. I'll save my lecture on commodification for the next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. Congratulations. I just want to take a quick moment to thank our season sponsors from our events this year. Thank you to all the supporters that have donated to us during Missoula Gives and our new signature fundraiser, Dancing with the Arts Missoula Stars. We have one right here. a dancer. 2 actually at that table. Oh, Susan Hay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're happy to share with you the results of the Arts and Economic Prosperity Survey results. Arts Missoula has partnered with Americans for the Arts in their surveys every year that they've conducted the survey. The AEP6 represents 9 months of surveys conducted by Arts Missoula with volunteers and staff. Over 900 surveys were conducted at arts and culture events, paying special attention to BIPOC and historically underrepresented populations. Missoula was one of 373 communities across America and the only one in Montana to conduct this research. Go to our website, there are more details there, but suffice it to say that art is good business, and it generates an estimated $33 million in revenue in fiscal year, and that number over there is actually for the next fiscal year, in '24. It creates about 955 jobs here in Missoula, and paid a little over of $34 million in wages to Missoulians. That's the art sector alone. So we know that supporting the arts supports business. On average, a person spends $29.98 every time they go to a show. They go to a performance, a choir concert. You've spent a lot of money. Just calculate it. So, good, well worth it. Awesome, good. This is really important work. It's really exciting work. As we continue to have conversations about why arts matter, why they, are connected into we keep saying fabric in all of the videos, the fabric of Missoula. It is the fabric of Missoula because it is good business. And our season sponsors know that it's good business. All the sponsors that sponsor the organizations that are out here, Montana Rep, right? They know that supporting that brings, yay, Montana Rep. I'll just call everybody out in the room. But when you go to a show, it is good business. It helps small businesses and it helps our community. So thank you. Thank you for being supporters. Thank you for being here. Go to shows, go to as much as you can. There's so much to go to. Just go to something. So thank you. Oh, hello. Somebody saying, would you like to go to a show? Our next award is the Individual Artist Award. That is presented to someone who's shown exceptional achievement in either music, visual art, dance, film, theater, or literature. We present the Individual Artist Award to the exceptionally talented and dedicated John Floridis. Nominated by Susan Israel, who noted his inherent compassion, warmth, and care for others infuse both his music and his community-minded performances.
It is with great pride and admiration that we present the Individual Artist Award to the exceptionally talented and dedicated John Floridis, a true Missoula luminary in the realm of guitar performance, songwriting, and musical composition. John Floridis is not merely an artist, he is a storyteller whose melodies resonate with the heart and soul of Montana and beyond. For over 3 decades, John has graced stages across Montana and the Northwest, weaving intricate musical stories that blend blues, folk rock, and soulful compositions into a harmonious journey. With 8 albums, including 2 beloved winter holiday albums, and notable performances on platforms like 11th and Grant on Montana PBS, John's musical legacy continues to evolve, engaging audiences with his soul-stirring compositions. John's musical odyssey is rich with depth, emotion, and authenticity with the recent Thankful album, and his popular recording, October Surprise, is a collection of guitar instrumentals, the titles of which explore his journey with and brave recovery from open heart surgery. John's musical journey is not confined to stages and studios. It extends to the very heart of community service and philanthropy. His annual December benefit concerts, which have raised over $100,000 for organizations such as Watson's Children's Shelter, Mountain Home Montana, and dozens more, exemplifies his commitment to using music as a force for positive change. In addition to performing solo, Floridis also performs in the John Floridis Trio Quartet with award-winning drummer Ed Stalling, bassist, songwriter, and acclaimed multi-instrumentalist Travis Yost, and cellist Jennifer Sladen. He has performed solo and with the John Florida's Trio Quartet with Robert Cray, Derek Trucks, Emmylou Harris, Patty Griffin, and many others, as well as performing at the Crown Guitar Festival, the Sweet Pea Festival, and many other festivals and events around the region.
Working with John on the fundraisers all across the state of Montana, and especially in Missoula, the families and the kids in need, with tears in their eyes, couldn't go to a better artist in Missoula. The very word music in Missoula means John Florida's for decades.
His impact transcends performances and extends to the airwaves through his long-standing role as a producer and host of Montana Public Radio's Musicians Spotlight. Since 1995, John has produced over 550 Musician Spotlight programs, creating a platform that celebrates musical diversity and storytelling. In the first year of the pandemic, John started producing in conjunction with Montana PBS, Live from Home, featuring 72 Montana musicians, underscoring his dedication to promoting independent and home-recorded music. He has been the winner of the E.B. Craney Radio Broadcasting Award for Non-Commercial Radio Program of the Year 3 times. He is nominated again this year for the 4th time and is a current finalist. John Florida's impact extends far beyond musical notes. It resonates in the hearts of individuals and communities. His compositions featured in documentaries like Ivan Doig's Landscapes of a Western Mind capture the essence of Montana's landscapes and narratives, expressing resilience, hope, and cultural richness. Through his work in music therapy and social services, John's compassion and empathy have touched the lives of many, highlighting the transformative power of music in healing and connection.
John is not only one of the most talented Missoulians, but he's also one of the most generous.
Congratulations, John, and thank you for bringing us your musical artistry for all of these years.
I just want to say this is so well deserved. Keep doing what you do. You make the community a better place. Thanks.
Thank you, John Floridas, for all your amazing contributions to MTPR over these years, all the shows produced, all the music created. And thank you for lending your music to so many themes and legal IDs and shows on Montana Public Radio, including The Right Question. Thank you, John.
We are so blessed to have that talent here. I love you, my dear friend.
I am so very, very proud of him and love him so much. And I know that our father, who first showed him the guitar, and our mother, who loved music so much, would share in this congratulations and in this pride. John, we love you very much.
I just want you to know, whenever I hear your music and I'm with my grandkids and my daughter, I dance my heart out. This is really what I wanted to do because you bring joy to the community.
Congratulations, John.
Thank you. Well, as usual, I need to lower the microphone. Craig Mentier, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna raise the bar there. Fantastic. I brought some water though, Craig, so. That wasn't fair, busting up my sister on me. Mercy. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, this is pretty overwhelming, and when I kind of approached what I was gonna say tonight, the angle I tried to take on it was like, well, how best do I serve this award? How best do I serve this organization and my story, and do it in 5 minutes? It'll be close, but I've got some stories, so it'll be good. It's a pretty daunting task, and I want to have some fun as well. I'll start by acknowledging MTPR. And by the way, I did not create Musician Spotlight. Michael Marsalik created Musician Spotlight. Turns out he had something else in mind to do. So thank you to Michael for giving me that opportunity, along with Brian Copper in the first few years, first decade or so. Brian was the co-host of that program. And if I start going down stories about Musician Spotlight, I'll be up here all night. So I'll call that good. MTPR in the house right over here. It's a great way to be a part of the state of Montana and Missoula as well, to be part of that community. And also Ray Eknes for suggesting we do this program featuring Montana musicians called Live at Home. I really had a good time doing that, and it was his idea, again, said, hey, let's do something. It was during the pandemic shutdown, and it was a little daunting at, what was I, 58, 59, suddenly being on TV and at home trying to do the little, internet camera and trying to get the angle and the lighting right and all this kind of stuff. But it was a great time, and a really good way, again, to serve the community. Years ago, I used to do shows for the Folklore Society, Missoula Folklore Society, and that was a big part of my kind of being a part of this community, and I want to give them a shout out as well. Particularly the concept of highlighting Montana musicians as a part of those shows, those listening room shows, which are so precious to musicians. Regarding my journey here as a musician, one of the things I appreciate about this recognition tonight is the fact that I see myself as pretty much a regular working musician. I've heard the term community musician, and I like that a lot. I think it was Brian Houston, a musician from Belfast, Northern Ireland, and I like that. I think that's a good title, and I think there's so many of us here in Missoula that fit that. On the one hand, I'd love to stand here and talk about performing music all over the world and headlining tours or doing shows with Robert Cray and Emmylou Harris, and my Grammy Awards and CD sales in the hundreds of thousands and Spotify streams in the millions, because that's what it takes to get money from Spotify. But anyway, but that's not been my journey. And it's not most musicians' journey. My career has been more like most independent musicians. Some big highlights, some lowlights, and way more of everything in between, and lots of stories. And meeting a crazy, amazing assortment of other creative people, of other folks who make events like this happen, make events for other musicians happen, and even more who just simply love and admire music. I didn't tour with Robert Cray and Emmylou Harris, but I did get to play a couple shows with them and other great musicians, and I don't take that for granted. Not everyone gets those opportunities. I didn't win any Grammys, but I got to be featured on 11th and Grant, and they wanted a regional Emmy for that. I don't have that Emmy, but I've seen a picture of it, and my name's on it, so I don't take that for granted. That's a great thing. I didn't sell hundreds of thousands of CDs, but enough folks thought enough of my music that they went down to Rock and Rudy's and bought them. And it's one of those things like, well, of course, that's what you do. You make things, and the idea is they're supposed to buy them. But I was like, wow, you bought one of my CDs? Wow, really? Okay. Why? There's all other kinds of stuff. So I don't take that for granted. I even still have to restock them periodically. The performances, the shows, the gigs, some that stand out to me. Playing for, when I first started doing this full time, playing for Bagels at Bagels on Broadway, a dozen per hour, that was my rate. Shout out to Sue Thompson and Bagels on Broadway. John, we don't have budget for music. Tell you what, dozen bagels per hour. Okay, all right. There you go. I liked bagels a lot back then. I still do. Playing the Old Post, my first regular spot, and Denny Staggs encouraged me to play your own songs. You don't have to play all those covers all the time. Play your own stuff. Don't take that for granted. Sharing the stage back to back with the Drum Brothers at First Night at the Wilma in the mid-90s, speaking of Arts Missoula. Playing that night with a big ensemble, 11 players and twice as many instruments, and then the Drum Brothers coming out with 4 of them and twice as many instruments as we had in our band. Great stuff. Some incredibly wonderful listening room shows at the Crystal Theater, especially some really memorable ones with my friend Edika Luckett. Performing at over 60 Montana brewery tap rooms. I think I'm still ahead of Travis, although he's probably catching up. Where beyond anything else, real community happens, and it's amazing how that setting can have that happen, and where one of the few places where Montanans can reach across the political divide. I've seen it. I've seen Save the Wolf stickers next to Confederate flags and stuff at these places. I mean, that's rare. It's one of the few places you can all get together. There's one gig, and I'll make this as short as possible, and I think it's okay to there's a legend, this Missoula legend involved in the story. Number of years ago, getting a call from this corporation. I don't remember the name of the corporation. They said, Mr. Flores, we've been referred to you by, well, actually Michael Marsalek, I believe. And we have this VIP event, and we'd like some music from 2 to 4 on a Tuesday afternoon. Okay, well, where am I gonna, what else am I gonna do on 2 to 4 on a Tuesday afternoon? Okay, so it's a VIP event. Where exactly is this VIP event? Well, Mr. Flores, you may know there's a Krispy Kreme donut shop that is coming in on Reserve Street. I had a mantra at that moment. All I can do, and all I can control at any moment is how good I am. I'm just going to be really good at the Krispy Kreme donut shop, and people are going to be blown, oh my God, this guy's in the Krispy Kreme donut shop. Well, I get there, and half of the way through the show, they said, well, the show. Oh, it was a show, all right. And they said, Mr. Flores, we did tell you there's going to be another performer here tonight. And I said, really? I said, another musician? And they said, no, but maybe you know of Uncle Curly the Clown. Of course I knew who Uncle Curly the Clown was. He's a legend. I'm like, okay, all I can do is control how good I'm at any moment. So Curly and I do the gig. He's a great guy. Somewhere in the background is Chad Harder, who a lot of you might remember is the principal photographer for the Missoula Independent. He's taken pictures in the back there. Somewhere in his vast portfolio is a picture of me going. But Chad came up to me and goes, in between, after he was taking pictures, and said, Florida's, just relax. We're all trying to make it work here in Missoula. You, me, Curly, we all doing our own thing. None of us are working for the man, we're doing our Missoula bit. I'm like, thank you. And a quick code on that, Uncle Curly got me another gig. He got us a gig. Like half a year, like 6 months down the road, and when they opened the Currents pool. So shout out to Uncle Curly for that. I told him, if you keep getting me these gigs, I'm gonna call you Daddy Curly. So there's that. Great guy, by the way, Tom. I'm just gonna be honest, at times it's been a bit lonely. A lot of the stuff I've done has been as an individual, as a solo artist. I didn't set out to do that, but that's kind of how things have come about. So I really treasure collaborations. I know we've talked earlier about collaborations, and some that stand out to me, this wonderful songwriting circle that we've started doing every year with Tom Catmull and Susan Gibson, and my sister from another, Jen Adams. And I'm really, and she's here tonight. I'm really proud of that. The aforementioned big ensemble, multiple variations of the Burning River. I'm from Cleveland. The Burning River Trio, then the J-Flow Trio with John Sporman, Travis Yost, Mike Freemo, Clipper Anderson, Ron Setzer. All of them bass players, by the way, because I'm usually playing with my man Ed Stalling over here, who you might have just seen up here, one of the Grant Award winners. So, and of course my favorite collaborator right now is my partner Jennifer on the cello. Jennifer Sladen on the cello, ladies and gentlemen. These folks that played earlier had some pedals. We might want to check out these pedals for the cello. Great stuff. One other performance I want to mention, and I'll wrap this up. As was mentioned in the piece, I do a lot of these benefit concerts, not only in Missoula, but also across the state for various organizations. There's one in Helena that I've been doing for a number of years now that has become a pretty successful event for Family Promise of Helena. So I did one of these, this is a few years ago. I get done with the concert. Good night, Helena. So you got, and I turn around and put my guitar back in place. And this is performers, artists, this kind of stuff goes through your mind. Oh, the monitor mix was not quite right, and I think it was a little pitchy in some of those songs when I was singing, and my guitar was a little out of tune. And the time it took me to put that guitar aside and come over back to the front of the stage, there was a gentleman waiting for me there. I'm guessing he was 12 to 15 years older than me, standing there waiting to talk to me, and he had like a leather jacket and a cap, and it was like I want to say like 101st Airborne or some, a military organization. And he looked me in the eye and said, when you play music like that, it stops the voices in my head. That's not unique to me. That's not unique to me. A lot of you have had those experiences, maybe in ways that you don't know. Nancy Labby does it every single day. She does stuff like that. a lot of these events don't happen without people like Parkside Credit Union, who's helped out with some of my benefits. Craig Mateer has put together an event. People are marking their lives. They're marking their lives by events like that. And Heidi and Michael, you know this as well. That night in Helena was a moment where my music served in a way that all music and art can serve, to make a difference, to help someone get through a hard time or pay attention to a good time. Something beautiful, something funny, something meaningful in a way that maybe they hadn't noticed before. I have no idea where this journey is taking me at 61 years of age, but I'm going to try to keep serving. So thank you.
I have heels on, John, so don't feel bad. Our next award is the Business Support of the Arts Award, who was first given in 2004, honors local businesses that have made significant contributions to Missoula's art and culture organizations. Tonight, we celebrate not just an organization, but a beacon of community spirit and artistic advocacy. Join me in honoring Parkside Credit Union as the recipient of this year's Business Support of the Arts Award, nominated by David Odell from the Missoula Symphony, who shared that through the substantial contributions of Parkside and their deep commitment, they have what is my problem? I haven't even had any wine yet. They have proven to be an exemplary model of corporate responsibility and community engagement.
And now we celebrate not just an organization, but a beacon of community spirit. Parkside Credit Union is the recipient of this year's Business Support for the Arts Award. Parkside Credit Union's journey towards becoming a pillar of advocacy and community support is as inspiring as it is impactful. Founded on principles of community collaboration and meaningful partnerships, Parkside has consistently demonstrated a deep-rooted commitment to nurturing organizations within our region and served as a testament to their unwavering dedication and belief in the transformative power of business philanthropy. With fun on their minds and love of community in their hearts, Parkside's many giving initiatives change our community in profound ways. Parkside Pays highlights random acts of kindness by showing up unexpectedly with a hefty load of goodwill in their pockets. The Parkside Charitable Foundation exists to fund projects across the Flathead and the Missoula areas. The Scholarship Program awards several local high school students each year with $1,000 to pursue their purpose and make a difference in the world. Over 30 students have been recognized since inception. And don't forget, you can get a loan at Parkside too. The cornerstone of Parkside's community efforts is its Parkside Partner Program and has supported 70 organizations, many of them arts-related. And beyond the financial contributions, Parkside's employees have embraced a culture of volunteerism that goes above and beyond expectations. Countless hours have been dedicated to ensuring the success of events across Missoula and the state. Deb Stapley-Graham and Josh Kroll have played pivotal roles in guiding strategic partnerships and maximizing community benefits. A few words from Parkside Partners. From the ZAC, Parkside Credit Union's generosity is truly inspiring. We are grateful for the donation that came along with being selected as a community partner, but that was just the beginning of their support. Parkside has shared their advertising resources with us, and many of their staff have volunteered at ZAC events. They have graciously invited us to networking opportunities to collaborate with other community partners. We can't say enough good things about all that Parkside Credit Union does to create meaningful partnerships, and we appreciate their support so much. The Missoula Children's Theater appreciates Parkside Credit Union. MCT was a Parkside nonprofit partner in 2015 and in 2020. Parkside has also been a consistent sponsor of our Summer Performing Arts Camp. After the partner year is over, Parkside stays in touch. They always invite former and current partners to their receptions. Being a Parkside Credit Union partner comes with a generous donation. It also comes with a group of wonderful people who are fun, funny, warm, and generous. Josh Kroll, Noreen Caddy, and here in Missoula, Deb Stapley-Graham. The Arts Missoula Business Support for the Arts Award is richly deserved. Congratulations. And from the Missoula Symphony, the partnership has not only elevated the symphony's profile, but also demonstrated the potential of corporate support in the arts to enrich community life, build enduring partnerships, and stimulate local cultural development. We're often reminded of Parkside's adage, once a Parkside partner, always a Parkside partner. And we know this important relationship will continue for years to come.
Oh. Please welcome Deb Stapley Graham and Josh Kroll of Parkside Credit Union.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you, everyone. This was just such a surprise. When we got the call, I first got a call from, here we go. I first got a call from David Odell, who said I nominated Parkside as the business sponsor, or business supporter, of the year, and with Arts Missoula. And I just took a moment and I said, oh, thank you. And then I was driving and I had to pull over because I just got a bit verklempt. And a lot of it is because, you know, I have such a history with the Missoula Cultural Council. Tom Benson brought me onto the Missoula Cultural Council back in 2008, and I saw what Tom did, taking Arts Missoula through the evolution into Arts Missoula, or with the Cultural Council into Arts Missoula, and all of the things that have happened since, and what Heather's done. And the organization is not only flourishing, but it's so relevant and to what we're doing today, which is absolutely wonderful. So I'm so honored to be a part of this, so honored by this award. I'd also like to thank Heather, thank Tom, and, you know, as a business supporter of the arts, looking at the people who have gone before us, who are the business supporters of the arts as well. And it creates I'm going to use the word fabric because I really love that. It's something that I've been kind of using as well. And it helps create a fabric when we contribute what we can. We're not artists, but if we can have a little dab on the canvas and have you fill it in, or you give us the canvas and we get to put a little dab on it, it's really special, the magic that can happen with that. But we're also so excited that we were to be recognized, and just feeling like I had a Sally Field moment, like, we're doing it right, you like us. So, you know, that was really exciting to have that moment. Also, Parkside Credit Union is celebrating its 10th anniversary in this community. So we're rather new still. And I started just before Parkside came in and merged with another credit union. I had no idea what I was in store for, or what was in store for me. I was thinking, who are these people? Who is this Josh guy that keeps coming around? And he came to our office and said, okay, we've got the slogan, it's going to be, we like to say yes. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm a banker. I don't know. And he said, but we like to say yes. And you just kind of relax with that, like, oh, yeah, we like to say yes, because we all like to say yes. And we like to say yes when you ask us to help you and ask us to be part of the ZAC and part of the International Choral Festival and the symphony. I have my symphony badge on tonight. Or help John being part of your shows. You and Jen, it's been an honor to do that as well. So since we're doing things right, I'd love Josh to tell you a little bit about who and why and how we do them. So this is Josh Kroll.
Hey, this is Josh at Parkside. Not in the studio. I am Josh at Parkside, and actually, who am I? It doesn't matter. This is the woman that you want to know, Deb Stapley Graham. What a star. Many of you know her. I watched her walk in. She couldn't get to our table because most of you intercepted her on the way. She's a star. Thank you. And I just want to say, if there's one thing I can say about who we are and what we do and why we do it, it's really one word to me. It's a relationship. And that was illustrated by, let me see what I did there, illustrated by. It was illustrated by walking in same. I saw Jen from ZAC, Peter from the Symphony, Mike and Naomi from MCT, and this is just, the way that we do it is build this community and these relationships that last. And you know, speaking of that, you know, if I love my wife, what matters to her should matter to me at the base level, right? And that's what I think Parkside Credit Union does, is the arts matter to this community. The arts matter to the city of Missoula, and therefore they matter to us. And as Deb said, hopefully you're doing a good job of supporting that. We are happy to say yes to all of you in this room. Please come to us for support. We'll continue to do it. This is such an honor to be recognized for it. There's not more I can say. Deb, is there anything else?
I think so.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deb and Josh. I'd like to welcome our Arts Missoula Board Chair, Jack Sturgis. Where are you, Jack? There you are. Retired MCPS principal and administrator and arts and cultures supporter. He's going to talk to you a little bit about the Arts Missoula grant.
Good evening, and thank you for being here. I'll make this brief. This is not a fundraiser, but we are, the heart and the soul of Arts Missoula, as you've seen, is creating and supporting artists. And we have, about 3 years ago, we started a support artist foundation called Artist Grants. And we've built that program over the years, and we grant people, artists in the community, funds to help them live in this community, thrive in this community, and support our community. And there are 3 of them here today. They are Ed Stalling. Ed Stalling, would you stand, please? Alicia Hartiz. And Amanda Beoby. And we are thrilled to support these artists and to help them along the way. You will find on your tables these tents, and there is a scan code in there if you would like to donate to this program and this program only. Tonight's fundraiser would go to support the grants program only. We're also happy to announce the beginning of mini grants, and we're going to grant this every quarter for the next few years. And these are mini grants designed to help people over little hoops. If they might need something, some equipment, some help somewhere. So these are mini grants that you don't have to go through a big application program to do it, but it will help artists get through those hard times. So we're excited to do that. And we thank you so much for being here. I know I'm speaking to the choir, but this is an important work we do. And helping artists stay in this town, which is not easy for artists, is a really important part of what Arts Missoula is about. So I thank you so much for your contributions tonight, and thank you for being here tonight and helping Arts Missoula.
Thank you, Jack. Next, we celebrate and honor an exceptional individual whose contributions to the arts and culture communities have not only benefited their previous homes, but have also shown great promise for stewardship and creativity in our beloved Missoula community. It is with great pleasure that we recognize and honor Michael Road with the New to the Zoo Award. Nominated by Michael Music, the Dean for the College of Art and Media, who said, "We have no doubt that Michael Road will continue to significantly contribute to arts integration as a way of solving big problems, making our communities better and inspiring those he has the opportunity to work with."
We are excited to welcome our next recipient and recognize the truly innovative thinking that is now thriving in our community. Today we present Michael Road the New to the Zoo Award for his outstanding work. In 2022, Michael Road became the director of the newly created CoLab for Civic Imagination at the University of Montana, igniting a new era of collaboration and creativity. His journey is marked by 3 decades of tireless dedication to the arts, community development, and innovative thinking. From co-founding Sojourn Theater in Portland to his impactful roles at Northwestern University and Arizona State University, Michael's career is a testament to his visionary leadership and commitment to the arts and to the community. His accolades, including the prestigious Otto Rene Castillo Award for Political Theater and the Robert Gard Foundation Award for Excellence in Arts-Based Civic Engagement, and he authored the influential book, Theater for Community, Conflict, and Dialogue. While at ASU, he helped launch the Projecting All Voices and Arizona Creative Communities initiatives, collaborated with the ASU Art Museum and Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College, helped build new campus programming around sexual assault prevention, and was deployed as a process designer and facilitator across the campus to help address the issues of conflict resolution and leadership development, with collaborators around the country on projects at the intersection of arts, community development, and local government, with a focus on capacity building for cross-sector public good collaborations. Recent partners include the State of Kansas, Georgetown University, American Library Association, National League of Cities, United Way, and more. He serves as a Civic Collaborations Director for One Nation, One Project, a national arts, municipality, public health initiative culminating in summer 2024 with massive participatory arts and public health spectacles in 18 U.S. cities and towns, and as a co-designer, co-lead on a collaboration with American Library Association that is helping develop civic imagination station partnerships at libraries around the U.S. as part of a grant-supported pilot cohort. His first major project as leader of the CoLab stands to affect not just Missoula, but the entire state. State of Mind is a multi-year project of partnership and coalition building, courses, community engagement, and creative activity that will culminate in a 9-month tour across at least 25 Montana communities starting this coming fall. The project uses theater to explore mental health in the state, including issues of access, equitable service delivery, and the stigmas around seeking help. As part of State of Mind, actor facilitators will conduct workshops in public schools, helping students create a care constitution, a document of their needs and concerns around mental health access, which will be shared with teachers and administrators in order to develop a plan to improve care in schools. Not only is this project significant for its impact in the state, but it uses a cross-disciplinary collaboration model that engages partners such as the Montana Repertory Theater, numerous health organizations, and various departments from the University of Montana. The CoLab for Civic Imagination also finished its first cycle of annual Civic Imagination Commission Award recipients, which awarded 3 $2,500 commission awards to artists in order to develop and implement a small project, program, or process that aspires to bridge differences and cultivate connections. Rode is also representing the arts and Missoula nationally on conversations around arts integration. This past January 2024, he was in D.C. as a guest and participant at the White House and NEA Summit on Arts, Health, and Civic Infrastructure. After returning from this event, he got to work contemplating steps to allow Missoula and the larger state of Montana to be a meaningful contributor of how people train in different fields for cross-disciplinary problem solving, where arts integration is a bedrock foundation.
Please welcome new to the Zoo Award winner, Michael Rode.
It's weird, right? You watch a lot of pictures of yourself, and some of them, you're like, who's that? You know, and there was a picture right towards the end of our daughter Nina, who's 13 now. She's like 2 or 3 in that picture. It's very strange. It's really nice to be here. It's quite an honor. It's also kind of an odd one, because it's like, you're new. Good job, you're new. It's like what you really want. I mean, John, amazing. Everybody who's been getting these awards tonight to hear about sort of the incredible practice and deep roots in this community and the work that's impacted so many people here and beyond. Craig, to see the incredibly passionate, and I think it's fair to say very idiosyncratic and singular vision that you have brought both to the stage and to your work for decades. It's just beautiful. It's really inspiring. So it's really amazing to be a part of this. I wrote some stuff so I would keep it short. I just wrote, it's pretty cool to feel welcomed by the place you live and by the people who care about things that you care about. This is so clearly a place that values arts and artists. I know this because culture making here in Missoula is not seen only as the work of beauty and inspiration, but Missoula, I believe, sees cultural activity as a crucial part of its whole identity. Looking at Parkside Credit Union and the work that you are committed to supporting in this community, in this room, to say out loud, we want to support you, come on. I'm coming. I mean, yes, I can't wait for that conversation. I'll describe that touring mental health project. I'm coming, yes. I mean, certainly Missoula sees the economic impact and how its economic identity and the economic contributions of creatives and makers are so important here. But I also believe Missoula sees the contributions that artists make to our health and the contributions that artists make at an individual and community level to making us all healthier. We know, everyone in this room knows, that the arts make us healthier. I mean, there's research backing that up now, but we know this. We didn't need the research. It's good to have the data, but we didn't need it in our hearts. We work to make that case, everyone in here, in our own ways all the time. We know artists help build coalitions when they partner and bring people together. We know artists help us solve problems when they bring creative approaches to the work of municipal and nonprofit and business colleagues. We know artists make the best public engagement experts around because no one listens and synthesizes like an artist, whatever their discipline. I came to Missoula at the invitation of the university to continue working on this idea of civic imagination, to start a center of sorts. And I can talk with any of you later tonight or in the future about that deeply, and about the national movements that are placing artists squarely at the center of our civic squares. I want to read this part right. There's a fan blowing the paper here, which is ironic. At this moment, when activity that brings Americans together as collaborative, generous, thoughtful humans has never been more important. Artists have never been more important. Spaces that center creativity, generosity, collaboration have never been more important. I'm hoping this award, like a pageant crown, will give me license for a year to reach out to many of you and visit and listen and brainstorm. I'm hoping, but right now I just want to quickly acknowledge and thank folks I've already met here and learned from and felt welcomed by, because this is a pretty great place to live. We feel very, very lucky to be living here. My family and I feel very grateful. Heather and the team at Arts Missoula, thank you. The folks at the university who invited me to Missoula, the president, the provost, the School of Health, the College of Art and Media, Jen's right over there, Michael Legg and Marie Fahlgren at Montana Rep, who are like the best colleagues and friends you could have. We should applaud for them every chance we get, because Montana Rep is awesome. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Joy and Bear Bait Dance, which is an incredible asset to this community, and their extended family. West Side Theater and Kelly and their the Roxy. I mean, it's incredible. And then in the back, Donna at Parks and Rec. We have an incredible Parks and Rec department here in the city. You know, the work that Donna and her colleagues, Ryan and Zach and Haley and others do to listen to members of the Missoula community as they're planning the future of what Parks and Rec mean in this city and county. It's powerful, committed work. And I see Susan at United Way, who I think everybody in this room knows. Everybody, the number of people who told me I had to meet Susan when I got here was astounding. And when we finally sat down and got to have a meal, I was like, yes, of course, you know, because the work she does and her work, incredible. The Missoula Public Library, I don't know if Slavin's here tonight, but that's an incredible library. Not just the facility, but the programming, the work that they do, amazing. The farmer's market. I gotta point out Rosie Seitz Ayers. Rosie, where are you? Are you right over there? I know you were here. Well, maybe Rosie's gone. Yeah, gone? Yeah. You know, she's the best. Do you know Rosie in town? I mean, Rosie, theater artist, community maker, educator, phenomenal human being. The mayor's office, the county commissioners, and I'm going to say the most important person to me in the room, my wife, the brilliant and talented Courtney Davis, an interior architect, a theater maker, a social impact designer, and the best partner one could hope for as we learn new community and new possibilities together. So I want to say thanks very much. It's really an honor. It's really nice to feel welcomed in a place. We've lived here for a couple years. And I really hope I get to talk to a lot of you about civic imagination, about the work we're doing, about touring around the state looking at mental and behavioral health, and about being in this beautiful community. So thank you.
Thank you, Michael. He called out my fan. I'm at that very special time of life when I just light up like a Christmas tree sometimes. Actually, not yet, but. Before our final award, can you hold it? Okay. Before our final award, we had a drawing for that Blackfoot Communications Wine Merchant Basket. Haha. Carson Anderson from Marsh McLennan, one of our sponsors this evening. Come on over, Oh, Miranda's got it for you, actually. Also, another business in town that is wildly supportive of the arts. Thank you for being our insurance agent and supporter of this event. Thank you. Enjoy the wine. Invite us over. Our final award of the evening, the Cultural Ambassador Award, which is now named the John Engen Cultural Ambassador Award, is given to an individual or a couple who have supported Missoula's arts community or helped advance cultural diplomacy through volunteer, administrative, philanthropic, professional, or legislative efforts. This premier award of Arts Missoula was renamed for a man whose integrity and soul was evident in everything he did. Cultural exchange and the arts were a priority for John, and we want to recognize him now and forever, awarding a member of the community that puts the soul in Missoula like John Engen did. We are here to present Heidi Sterrett with the John Engen Cultural Ambassador Award, a testament to her unwavering commitment and outstanding achievements in promoting the arts and fostering community engagement. Nominated by Tom Benson, my predecessor and pretty good judge of character, if you ask me. Let's find out a little bit more about Heidi.
And finally, we honor an exceptional individual whose unwavering commitment and dedication have helped shape numerous organizations in Missoula. It is with great pleasure that we present the John Engen Cultural Ambassador Award to Heidi Sterrett, a true champion of the arts and a beacon of community engagement. Originally from Massachusetts, Sterrett has a BA in Interior Design from Endicott College. She moved to Missoula in 2004 after falling in love with the Garden City. Her professional tenure includes roles as an account executive at Missoula Broadcasting Company, former advertising sales manager at the Missoula Independent, and the co-owner of Computer Central, a downtown small business. Heidi's journey embodies the true essence of dedication, creativity, and community spirit. Serving on the board of directors for the Missoula Downtown Association, City Club Missoula, and Arts Missoula, Heidi has not only lent her expertise, but has also taken on leadership roles, including serving as president of each organization at various points during her tenure. She has also served on the board of Friends of the Children, a group whose mission is to break generational poverty, and served as a volunteer outreach coordinator for the Milltown Garden Patch. And recently, she's joined the Jeanette Rankin Peace Resource Center to serve as a coordinating council member. She has played a crucial role in the growth and stability of these organizations, serving as a true cultural ambassador for Missoula. Her tenure with the MDA is a testament to her dedication. Since 2006, Heidi's been actively involved in various capacities, from committee roles to event volunteering. Her commitment was recognized through nominations for the MDA's Downtowner of the Year Award twice. Similarly, her leadership at City Club Missoula contributed significantly to its growth and stability. Testimonials from colleagues and partners highlight Heidi's invaluable contributions. Linda McCarthy from the Missoula Downtown Partnership says, Heidi Sterrett is a true champion for our community. She gives a significant amount of time and talent to multiple nonprofits in Missoula. She has served on the MDA Board of Directors for 15 years and has given an enormous amount of volunteer time in producing community festivals, festivals, membership events, and serving as an advocate and ambassador for our downtown community. She is one of the most effective, engaged, and servant-oriented board members I have ever worked with. Heidi's collaborative spirit, leadership acumen, and genuine passion for the arts have inspired countless individuals. And outside of her leadership skill and dedication, she is a kind and warm collaborator, which cultivates a warm and inclusive environment to advance projects, events, and organizations.
Several years ago, Heidi Sterrett walked into the Arts Missoula office and volunteered to answer phones and run credit card charges during First Night Missoula. By the end of that 3-hour shift, I realized she needed to be on our board of directors. She could make decisions quickly, confidently, and calmly, all with a smile or a laugh. And I knew she could represent our organization well. And with her board and volunteer efforts, Heidi has been a true champion for the arts in all of Missoula. Thanks, Heidi, and congratulations.
When I heard that Heidi had been awarded the Cultural Ambassador of the Year, I was not surprised. Heidi has a very quiet, steady energy that gets things done. Heidi shows up, she listens, and she takes the time to understand what needs to be done. And that's how we see the results of these wonderful things that happen. I'm so grateful that she's here to do that in our community.
Congratulations, Heidi Sterrett.
Okay, first off, only one of those pictures was authorized by me. So several of you, and I know who you are in trouble. But thank you. This is such an immense honor. I did not put on my waterproof mascara today, so I'm going to try not to cry. But this is such an immense honor. Thank you so much to Heather and the entire board. To my fellow award winners, congratulations. Thank you for your varied and extensive contributions to the arts. Oh, let's see, okay. Since I received the call from Heather several weeks ago that I'd be the recipient of this award, first off, I was completely speechless. Nobody can follow in the footsteps of John Engen. So again, it's just an immense honor. I've spent time reflecting on my contribution to the arts in Missoula and what it means to me. As I put pen to paper, excuse me, 2 words continue to jump off the page: inspiration and connection. Our sense of place is not only defined by our natural environment, but also by the arts and culture that we collectively create. We are fortunate to have artists across Missoula and here tonight that give their time, energy, and creativity to the arts and culture of our city. Their contribution plays a vital role in making Missoula, Missoula. I'd like to share a quote by American sculptor Paige Bradley. "Art is not entertainment. Art is not luxury goods. Art is culture. It is you and me." And nowhere is that more true than Missoula. Since my arrival from the East Coast in 2004, I've continued to be inspired by those in our community that make Missoula such a special place. Our local musicians, writers, actors, storytellers, sculptors, dancers, and visual artists. Whether you're a patron, an audience member, or a volunteer, as supporters of the arts, we are all connected by the culture we create as a community. And to me, that is nothing less than inspirational. So thank you to all of you. And thank you again to Arts Missoula and all of you for being such ardent supporters of the arts in our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. It really means the world to me. It means the world to the other artists in the room, to the arts organizations. I just leave you with this, is Go out and experience it. Live it every single day. And know that your dollars really matter, even if it's $1 or $10 or $100. Don't think that contributions have to be huge. Sometimes your contribution is just showing up. Artists just need to be seen and be recognized. So thank you for being here to recognize these wonderful award winners tonight. Again, would you all stand up, the award winners, so we can give you one more round of applause. And award winners, if you would grab your lovely award and meet me over there for a picture. Max, go meet us over there. Thank you. Enjoy your evening. I think the bar is still open. There's still some food out, so please enjoy, and thank you. See you next year.